Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to South Florida and Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Green Bay Packers and the Miami Dolphins. Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started, and we are underway from Hard Rock Stadium. Fields this way up at the 17 and makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. First play and a first throw for Rodgers. That'll be complete to Allen Lazard. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. To throw again on second down. Rodgers. He finds Randall Cobb with a completion. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Rodgers to Cobb, good for a Green Bay first. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They're going to run the jet sweep. It's Cobb with it. And he's got some space here. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Well, for a play that didn't look like much at the snap, that jet sweep turned into a big play in a hurry.
And how about how they ran the play? Because they obviously caught the defense out of position and not expecting that one, and that turned into a nice chunk of yardage. But how about the execution on the handoff? Most of the times we see on the jet sweep, they punch it forward so that if it falls to the ground, it's just an incomplete pass. Here, you've got to execute it well. Otherwise, it's a fumble.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. So a little tardy getting everyone set, and the clock hits 0 before they could snap it.
Yeah, you can take your time and use the clock and try and get set up. But once it gets near 5 seconds, that's when you often hear a quarterback yelling, hurry, hurry, to make sure everybody's ready to get the snap off.
And the slot man goes in motion left. Rodgers now to throw. Open man, here is Cobb. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A gain of 32 that time.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us for their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one of these. Touchdown! Aaron Rodgers finding Christian Watson. And the Packers get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. On is Mason Crosby for the point after. And it's good to make it 7-0 Packers. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. From the 6. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. And some room to work. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. That time a little misdirection really seemed to fool the defense.
And think of it this way. From the time you're in high school, film and pick up tendencies. Sometimes they can use those against you, though, when they break their own tendencies and hit you back the opposite direction, huh?
Setting to throw on first down is Tua. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Excellent defensive effort to get to him and provide a little contact before the catch could be made cleanly.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Tua to Tyreek for the Miami first.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in the play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6. That one will go for 9 yards and a first down on the keeper.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
Ready, go.
Tua getting it quickly out to Waddle. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Well, no question, this is exactly how they wanted to start this football game. And nice pass there. Now they're set up beautifully, Charles, to finish this off with a touchdown.
Yeah, but they've still got to finish it off, partner, and that means they've got to execute at this stage of the field. So we've seen many teams march it right to the goal line and not cash in. They've got something dialed up here that puts it in the end zone.
And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
On the double. Ultra.
They'll run with Mostert. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
When coaches stress their defense being physical, they don't just mean the big guys. How about the guys on the outside, the cornerbacks? It's not just their job to patrol the airspace. They can get involved in the run game as well.
After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Come on, set.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Throw right side, going to be caught here by Waddle. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tua finding his old Alabama teammate, Jalen Waddle. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from drawing level. Now, there was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Takes it at the 7. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
Rodgers now on 1st down. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Rodgers to throw. Looking in zone for Jones. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones, 38 yards, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Even later into his career now, there aren't too many guys that can launch it downfield with accuracy better than Aaron Rodgers.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh no! And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
And that one spanning an even 65 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats. This one taken just inside the 10. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
In motion, Hill. Now this time, Tua's going to throw it. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Ready.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Steal. Check steal.
That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. No gain on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Right. 97. Ball red. White. Ready.
They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. He is going to find Hill here. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. So not only do they convert on fourth, but they pick up 22 yards in the process. Throw left side here, complete to the tight end, Gesicki. And some room to maneuver. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Let's go. Opposite. Green. Hut.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
Ready.
Play action. Now it's Tua. The pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long.
Watch out now. 52. Real green. Strike.
Off a play action. Tagovailoa. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
Here we go. Set. Blue strike. You. Yellow.
Tua on 4th down. And this is caught, but they say out of bounds. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Green Bay Packers. Mason Crosby of the Packers has it teed up, and off we go from Lambeau. Taken at the goal line. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work. coming from the defensive side for the Packers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now ETN to start the drive. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down with a nice little gain. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now Lawrence. That's caught on the left side by Kirk. On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. And one more time, here's Kirk. 2nd and 6. Straight ahead, ETN. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Lawrence. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it. And the Packers are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Right there is the inauspicious start that they were hoping to avoid, and a turnover on the first possession.
I love how you use those college-bound words like that. Inauspicious. Well done. I really appreciate that. But here's the thing for me. I'm just wondering if their game plan is incorrect. You know, I think they felt like they could come in and throw it around pretty well. That interception early, they may rethink how they go about attacking.
Andre Cisco there on the stop.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense, diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
Now a 2nd down and 6. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. From just shy of midfield, Rodgers. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And the Jaguars are going to take possession of the football. He violated a big-time no-no in throwing that pick. Rolling right, throwing across his body.
And you know that your dad taught you that in the backyard when you were a tyke.
Yep.
Don't do it. The problem, every now and then you get away with it. This time, not the case.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
To throw on 2nd and 10. Lawrence finding ETN here, catching it on the out route. He's got room at the 30. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 39 yards there, a big one. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Christian Kirk on the receiving end of that touchdown pass from Trevor Lawrence. And the Jags have taken the early lead on the road here at Lambeau. They're going to try and run. And he will get in to make it 8-0. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Keyshawn Nixon now from his end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
88.
Now Rodgers. He has it complete to Christian Watson. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Cobb goes in motion left. Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Cobb. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will. Throwing is Rodgers. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. On 2nd down, it's Jones. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Now a timeout called for by the defense. So as they take it over, we step aside. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, here's Jones. And to the 49-yard line, but no further. And obviously he is well short of the 1st. 1 quarter down, 8-0 the score. Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. And this one is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Jags take over in terrific field position. On 1st down, Lawrence looking for the out route here, and it's completed to Kirk. 6 yards left on 2nd down. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Open man is Kirk, complete. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
He came through well with a nice pass breakup there. Fortunate that he was on the spot. He's the only guy left to prevent the 1st down.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Lawrence. And incomplete on the deep ball.
This is our brain remembers. I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender. I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
And to throw again is Lawrence. And Ingram hauls it in. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. And they'll run with ETN. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Travis Etienne, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Jaguars go up by 2 touchdowns. He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was, and when you mentioned the option, most people think the quarterback's not going to keep the ball. You know, in the NFL, that's usually not the recipe for being around too long. So when you do keep it, it often surprises the heck out of a defense.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he will step out of bounds all the way down at the 5-yard line. It's a big play there for Green Bay. And even 70 yards. The defense, they weren't fooled on that post route. They just couldn't make the play.
And the offense definitely tried to fool them because you saw the other route combinations, didn't you? Anything that they were running trying to draw attention away from the deep part of the field, but still had it covered, yet they were able to come up with a nice play.
Now Jones. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 13 on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. To throw, it's Rodgers. Being chased out left. That's taken in by Watson. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Steps away to his left. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, no surprise there. He was looking for one of his favorite targets again as soon as he left the pocket. But the coverage was good downfield. They got right to the receiver and helped prevent that completion.
Already down 2 scores. They're going to go for this rather than settle for 3. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now.
And the pass is intercepted. He was looking for Ingram. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. And take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. There's still plenty of time remaining here in this second quarter. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. To throw is Rodgers. That's complete to Cobb. And he will be brought down, but a 1st and goal coming up as we have come upon the 2-minute warning. Shotgun now for Rodgers. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
On 2nd and goal, Rodgers. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Rodgers now on 3rd and goal. And it's a Packers touchdown. Samori Toure, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Packers are back within a score. Crosby connects on the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Fields it right around the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars.
Well, he's had the interception woes in this one, Charles, and that time a little bold to throw it into double coverage, but he beat the double coverage.
Yeah, but I admire that he still will challenge defenders downfield, even though the ball's been in jeopardy a few times in this game. A nice ball there against multiple defenders, and they advance it downfield.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of momentum. The other side is starting to gain.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Lawrence to throw. Slant complete to Etienne. And they'll get him down 2 yards shy after a pickup of 8. 4th and 2. They're going on 4th down. Lawrence. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. He's got room at the 30. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
Well, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence.
picked off by Jair Alexander.
And the Packers are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
And when a team advances as far as they did, got over the 50-yard line, don't you think that drive deserved a better ending? I think he needs to get with his coaches on the sidelines, make some immediate adjustments, and that's what you do. You don't wait. You do it from series to series, because drives like that end with a turnover, that's multiple times they picked him off already in this opening half.
Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. And a pretty good run, all things considered. Probably would have liked that in the first quarter instead of right now as the clock continues to run. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And the Jags, Charles, I think they're on the dime here.
Covering a lot of field.
Now this time, Rodgers will throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up fourth down. Normally, I'd say this will lead to a punt attempt, but this offense already shown in the first half that they'll go for it on fourth down.
Well, they should have already said, punt it, punt it. Head coach should have already made that decision.
Rodgers going to go on fourth down. And that is caught. He's got his running back downfield. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Packers set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action, ready for the third quarter. And we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively. Virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Now a first down carry by Jones.
And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line.
Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Shotgun now for Rodgers.
Throw right side. This is into the hands of the tight end, Tunyon. He's got room at the 30. Look at the big man rumble. Touchdown! Robert Tunyon.
54 yards.
And the Packers are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
Crosby with the extra point. And we are tied at 14. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away.
From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving.
On second down, ETN once more. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense. I think in the future, if you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
Here's Lawrence. Completes it to Evan Ingram. And out across midfield down to the 45. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Running out of the gun with ETN. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Now Lawrence. Open man right side is Ingram. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 31-yard line. A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Lawrence to throw. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Lawrence. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it. And the Packers are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. And this is one heck of an individual performance we're witnessing. That is now his 3rd interception. And keep in mind, folks, this isn't a safety or a cornerback. This is a linebacker.
Does this feel to you like he's having a flashback? Because a lot of these linebackers we see in the NFL, in high school, they were offensive stars. They touched the football all the time. It's like he said to himself, let's go back and put on the letter jacket and go get the football. How about this one? 3 interceptions thus far.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Rodgers. And he'll let this go deep for Lazard. And got his man complete. Past the 20. Touchdown, Packers. Alan Lazard. An 80-yard touchdown. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the 4th quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through all the way through. Go ahead and throw one more out there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet.
after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Lawrence. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Zay Jones, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Jaguars are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. So here we go now as the Jaguars will go for 2. They're going to try and run for it.
Do you have one of those charts that tells you to go for 2 or go for 1?
I don't. I know you do. But I don't care what the chart says there. You got to kick it, right?
I agree totally, because somewhere the chart's going to, something's going to pop out of the chart and say, hey, man, just kick the extra point here. You're in good shape. I think they were chasing points there when they didn't need to.
And trying to get a little bit greedy, take the lead in the 4th quarter. Now they still trail by 1. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
On 2nd and 10, Rodgers. Quick slant to Watson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Rodgers finding Watson for the Packer first. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. Touchdown, Packers! Allen Lazard, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers use the big play to extend their 4th quarter lead. So that's going to be a nice one for the passing stats, and that's how it will go down in the stat sheet. But the success of that play, no doubt, all thanks to the talents of the wideout.
Oh, he was definitely the recipient of good blocking as well, especially at the line of scrimmage. And once he got around the corner, you got the sense that no one was going to get him. Really nice ball handling, too, in order to get it to him.
Takes it at the 7. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the 4th quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive. They'll get this out to the flat for ETN. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Throwing now, Lawrence on first down.
That's caught on the left side by Kirk. Oh, he's got a little daylight. A solid stiff arm. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. And in 2 plays just like that, they're already operating in the red zone.
This is what made the West Coast offense a staple around the NFL in the 80s and 90s. You don't have to push the ball deep downfield to come up with big plays. And there's an example of that right there.
On first and 10, it's Lawrence.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
ETN up the middle.
It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a first and goal.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to... And yes, he's into the end zone, so they get the late score they needed, and now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
Here's Lawrence.
And it is caught. They got the 2 points, and with it, they've taken the lead.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Nixon now from his end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. To throw is Rodgers. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Now Rodgers, gotta have this one. And it's gonna be batted down, and will go the other way with the football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it's looking like the Jags are gonna win this football game. Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the fourth. And they will take a knee here.
And how about this finish? Able to take a knee, run out the clock, and close this game out by 1 point. You talk about how many coaches we talked to? They all said the same. All I want to do is win by 1 point. That got tested in this one.
Yep, and that cliche rings true. A single penny separates this one.
To 15. They'll start on the ground. Hall. They'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Now with a play clock at 4, we're going to get a timeout called. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Still 9 remaining on second down.
Here's White.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Now White. Able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin.
And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. On 1st and 10, it's Hall to about the 40-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
again on second down.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
They'll run with Hall.
And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Open man here is Conklin.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. On second down, a run with Hall.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. This will be play number 9 coming up on this relatively long opening drive as they look to convert on 3rd down. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. White looks to throw.
He dumps this one off here to Hall.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Clock running under a minute to go in a scoreless first quarter.
Out of the gun, they run it with Hall.
Oh, it bowls over it. And taking it to the 15-yard line before it's brought down. Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. On 1st down, right back to Hall.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. To throw, White. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
On 3rd down, here's Hall.
And he's in. Touchdown, Jets.
Breece Hall.
A 9-yard touchdown run.
And the Jets post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter.
And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That'll be complete to Allen Lazard. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Rodgers. He'll let this go deep for Lazard. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. That's their second, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. Here. And he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. He has it complete to Christian Watson. And he is going to have a Packers first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. And still plenty of time remaining here in this second quarter. First down, Rodgers. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. A huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Now it's Rodgers. Able to find Lazard. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down.
Grant, I think he's just grateful to get back to the line of scrimmage and avoid not just losing yardage, but a big hit on that play as well. That defense closed on him quick and forced a quick surrender out of bounds.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Working from the gun, Rodgers.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
Well, obviously you never want to fumble, but if you do, good to be towards the sideline. It saves them the possession.
Saves the embarrassment, saves it going down on the play sheet as a turnover. But I still think it should go to the defense, even if they don't recover it. If you give up the football, you gave up the football.
Agree to disagree, I guess.
Can you tell what I played?
Yeah, you played defense.
Yeah.
I'll let you go.
I took a shot.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. This could end up being a pretty big drive. I mean, look, yes, it's early in this game, but they scored the touchdown. They got the stop. And now if they could get in the end zone here again, CD, they could grab an early stranglehold on this one.
Yeah, they certainly can, and that's what you're looking for. Where's the advantage? Can you gain it? Can you press it? Now for them, finishing it off, because right now it's out there for them. They've just got to go seize it.
The play fake, now White. Out to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Rashawn Gary that time fighting free and getting to the quarterback. And nowhere to hide on that play.
No, there was not, because every exit door, that was surrounded. And I think that was supposed to be a bootleg, but he had no chance to get outside the pocket and try and make a play.
The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the third down stop. White.
He'll air this one out deep for Davis.
And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3-and-out and giving the ball back to their offense.
That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted.
Sauce Gardner picks it off. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Packers set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action, ready for the third quarter.
Nixon now from his end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Well, out of the locker rooms here they come. Their first drive of the third quarter. And Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we've got a tight one set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went into half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. What do you say we use them to start the second half and get us going?
On 2nd and 11 now. Rodgers flushed out right. On the run. He'll let this go deep right side.
And this is incomplete. Oh, you look like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Here's Pat O'Donnell now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick.
A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return.
And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Good starting position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
Paul ought to give up the middle.
Oh, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They'd done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Zerline good with a PAT. And that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Nixon now from his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0 to score as they regroup with 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers to throw.
He's going to launch this deep for Watson.
And it's a Packers touchdown.
Christian Watson.
79 yards.
And the Packers have got it back to within a score.
As he was shuffling right out of the pocket, you could just tell he was going to take a shot downfield. He had his eyes down there the whole way.
He certainly did. He wasn't taking off to go, right? When he was flush from the pocket, a lot of times you see him, eyes will drop, ball will get tucked, and he takes off, becomes a running back. But as you noted, stayed alive as a passer, tremendous body control, and a pretty good arm there, too.
This one fielded at the 5. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
It's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it. And the Packers are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the Pack up 1st and 10 at their own 46. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone.
And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. 2nd down coming up.
To throw, it's Rodgers.
This one swung out here to Jones. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Rodgers going to go on 4th down.
He finds Watson complete. And he is going to have a Packers 1st down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it. But in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Rodgers now to throw. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
He certainly did his best to find something on that run, but there just wasn't enough time to make it happen. Nice effort there, avoiding the sack and getting back to the line of scrimmage. That one certainly could have ended up worse.
A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Rodgers to throw for it on 4th.
He's going to launch this deep for Watson.
Touchdown, Packers!
Christian Watson
with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Packers have a chance to tie the ball game here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Wow, talk about a big 4th down conversion for the score. Defensively, how do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense and you give them credit for going for it, having that kind of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
Barrios going to bring this out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They start from scratch here, so to speak. 14-all following the interception last time that led to a score. Now they've got it 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
He finds Wilson.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one goes for 30 yards.
That is the exact right play call against that defense. So a hat tip to the offensive play caller because he won that part of the chess match. But give credit to his players as well. They won the execution part of it.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll give to Hall. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now White. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage.
And the Packers will take over possession here up at the 44. But we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the fourth quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Major say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
From just shy of midfield, Rodgers.
That's taken in by Watson. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
He's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Drops it to Jones in the flat. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Rodgers.
That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. Touchdown, Packers. Robert Tunyon, 30 yards. And the Packers have broken our tie and have taken a fourth quarter lead.
All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. Rodgers will throw for it. And he is into the end zone. The conversion attempt is good, and that'll give him an 8-point lead here in the fourth. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
Taken in at the 3. And able to get this out to the 25. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
That's the game of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
Back to throw. Open man here is Conklin. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. He's back to throw. And that's caught inside the 30.
And he's going to be out of bounds inside the 25-yard line. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Straight ahead is Hall.
He's dropped just inside the 20. A little second effort there, but couldn't find a whole lot of space. They'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Moore. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as he'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. 1st and goal, a touchdown and a 2-point conversion here are musts. And he's into the end zone. No flags. It's a touchdown. And now a 2-point conversion. And we'll be tied here in the final minute.
They have one big call left. Here we go.
The late touchdown was only half the battle. Now they need the 2-point conversion to tie the ball game. They'll try and run it in. And he will get in. The 2-point conversion is good. And he may be on our way to overtime. Everything was riding on that 2-point conversion, and they got it.
They got it. They now have the momentum. Time really dwindling in this game. Now their big deal is make sure they get a good kickoff and don't give up anything big on the defensive end.
And with time of factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe calls to kneel or just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it. Remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now whistles here, flag down. I think one of the Packer linemen was moving. Here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. And we have free football overtime. Here we go, my friend.
And the way this game played out, this is exactly how it should end, going to overtime, because neither one got an advantage today.
So the Jets won the toss. They'll get the first shot at finding a winner as we are back underway here in overtime. This fielded right at the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. All set up for them right now, Charles. Opening possession of overtime. They've got the football. They also obviously have this home crowd behind them in a big way.
They get that extra energy from them, but they've got to be careful not to let that adrenaline get away from them and play too fast or create errors of their own making. Use that energy, embrace it, but make sure they channel it the right way. They've got a chance to go downfield and score a touchdown and end this game.
Here's a give to Hall. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now White. Oh, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Eric Stokes.
There he goes, right side. And into the end zone. It's a pick six and a Packer touchdown.
So a win here for the Packers. And we've said it's